Good morning and welcome to my channel, Ghosts of the Civil War. Okay, so let's start over. Thanks for joining me on this Fields of Dreams where I visit Fredericksburg, Virginia. So I am on the campus of the University of Mary Washington, gonna do my thing. This is literally maybe a half mile from the battlefield, and the athletic facilities, I think it's called Battlefield Athletic Park, is also like right there. It's like Marie's Heights is in between where I was when I showed you when I geeked out a little bit on the Civil War. So I'm starting on one end of campus and I'm just gonna wander and take pictures and hope you enjoy. I think where I parked, this entrance, those buildings are dorms, and that's sort of the direction that campus goes, so I'm gonna head that way. And I think these look like, I don't know, but I do see wonderful white Adirondack chairs, which are, a little tricky because left out in the open, they do tend to get dirty and require power washing. But maybe it might fit in the minivan I rented. So, and this looks like, wow, this is a really nice place. If you haven't had the opportunity to visit, this looks like the main walk through the thoroughfare. So, Gulrich Gymnasium, I think, is where I'll end up. Campus Center, George Washington Hall, Admissions, Finance, Information Technology, and the President's Office. Hello, Mr. President. Okay, so I just came out of Lee Hall, which is right behind me, and the bookstore was open, baby. I am gonna blend as I walk around. People are gonna think, hey, that guy's a student. And if it's in any doubt, I managed to pick up a blue book, which I haven't seen in decades. I actually had a conversation yesterday, Simple Player number 3, about blue books and how terrifying they were. All right, keep wandering. Okay, so I just walked all the way through campus, saw the gym. That's the Rosner, the William Anderson Center, Ron Rosner Arena. I don't know what's there, but I'm kind of running out of time. I got an hour drive, so I'm gonna head back to the car, try to get to where the athletic fields are. I'm gonna go sort of on the outside of campus. This is the arena. These look like stores and like townish part. There's a giant store right over there, shopping thing. So, and now I'm gonna go. The campus runs along this street I'm turning onto. And sort of, I don't want to say it's a narrow campus because it is quite large. Like, it's bigger than I thought. Ooh, that looks like a good Mexican restaurant. My Casa restaurant. But it's so much bigger than I anticipated. Kind of a little winded. This jacket I shouldn't have worn, like steaming. So I'm gonna head back through, not through campus, but along campus. So if I see anything, I'll take pictures, grab my car, and hopefully get into the athletic fields, which are literally right down this road, sort of at the very end of campus. So, and you still, it's hard to fathom that this was probably some sort of battlefield. There was fighting all over the place. Anyhow, here we go. Okay, I'm at the Battleground Athletic Center, which has a bunch of stuff going on here. Don't know what's what, but behind me is a tennis center. There are a bunch of people waiting outside to get in to play tennis, I presume. Right, this, I think, is the game field, the practice field, and there's, so I don't think I can get in, but I'm gonna try. Maybe I can get some pictures. I don't think Jackie applies here. She's not a pet. All right, so let me see if I can give you some perspective. That's the tennis center, at least it says University Tennis or something like that. There's tennis courts. This, I'm pretty confident, is the game field, just because I recognize the view when you see on the stream. So like right there. This is where my Purple Raiders will be playing next year, so I might have to come down here to cheer them on. This looks like a practice field, and let me just say, all these fields look pretty immaculate. And then there's, looks like it says, I could see it says there's a sign way over there that says UMW Rugby. It looks like there's some more courts over there and maybe another sort of field. It's all lit over there, so. And then there's a building over there. I don't know what that is. There's a track. So I guess I could have gotten a better sense as to what's what. When I went into the gym and looked for the offices, I saw the women's coach working away, and I'm such a, I'm so nerdy this way. Like, I was almost embarrassed to knock on his door and say, "Yeah, I am here checking out your school," and so I didn't. So I apologize. I will email and yeah, maybe we could do an interview. So next time I come down, I can knock on the door and not feel like a complete weirdo. Okay. Okay, so that about wraps up my visit to the University of Mary Washington. First of all, it's bigger campus than I anticipated. I'm kind of winded, and I'm running, I think, a little bit late. Hopefully the bishop will forgive me. I was impressed. The campus is beautiful. The buildings, they all look like that Jeffersonian Monticello sort of design, and yeah, really impressive place. I mean, really impressive. And it's a shame it's the winter. The grass doesn't look great, but the soccer fields are. I mean, talk about beautiful grass fields. So maybe I'll have to come out here when the Purple Raiders of Mount Union visit next year and cheer on. Lovely place. This was a great. It was worth the sacrifice of getting 3 hours of sleep, driving through the night, so I can check out the university and then and visit the Marie's Heights. Speaking of, I thought about putting it at the beginning, but I think there's a lot of stuff, so I think I'm gonna, if you're interested in that sort of thing, hang on, and you'll get to see what I got at the battlefield. In the meantime, feel free to shoot me an email, coaches. If you're interested in an interview, by all means, I'm an equal opportunity interviewer. And for the rest of you, hope to see you on your campus one day soon. All right. Good morning and welcome to my channel, Ghosts of the Civil War. I'm on my way to a meeting with the Diocese of Richmond, and decided to stop off at Fredericksburg on my way down. Got in at like 2 a.m, have about 3 hours of sleep, so I'm looking a little bit haggard, and decided to check out the famous battlefield at Fredericksburg. No, I am just kidding. I am checking out the battlefield, but this is another episode of Fields of Dreams, this time where I have the opportunity to check out indeed the University of Mary Washington. But to start my morning, it's about 7:30 this morning, decided to check out the Confederate line. That's about an 8-mile stretch, basically all on these hills, sequence of hills, from the Rappahannock, where the Union Army crossed under Major General Burnside, Ambrose Burnside, and I'm heading up. I'm not going to go. Somewhere up there is Lee's headquarters, where he overlooked the Union line, which is behind me. All along here, there were entrenched positions. There's Hallison Hill, which is right down from here, that had like a massive artillery piece that, in anticipation of the Union troops coming across the Rappahannock into Fredericksburg, they cleared out trees so they could have a direct line to what I'm going to check out, which is Marie's Heights, where there's the sunken wall and Confederate position where, decimated the Union Army. I think it's like 13,000 killed or wounded for the Union and something like 7,000 for the Confederates. Absolutely big bloodletting of a battle. But if you're a Civil War geek, this is the place. So I'm going to do a little bit of scouting around. I'm headed to Marie's Heights right now, which is on my bucket list of Civil War places to visit. So I'm going to check that out real quick. And then it's a beautiful morning. You can't see, but there's the sun. In a battlefield, you can't go wrong. So, yeah, we'll talk. So this is Marie's Heights. That's the sunken wall, or the sunken road behind it. And then up top is what's called Marie's Heights. And when you're walking here, you can totally see the daunting task the Union soldiers had if they were coming up through this way. And then taking fire from that hill I was at, from those hills where Lee's line was, just about a mile away. And so they were taking fire from everywhere. Absolutely bloody. So this place is really remarkable. They, along this wall was behind it, what was called the Sunken Road. There were 3-4 soldiers deep, Confederate soldiers, and again, we're firing upon 30,000 Union soldiers. And imagine, like, behind is like a neighborhood that was built in the 1890s or something like that, but it's basically an open field with a creek about to the outskirts of what was Old Town Fredericksburg, and it was an open field, and so the Union soldiers came out of Fredericksburg and marched up what's this slope until they get to Marie's Heights, 30,000 of them. And imagine, it's like a half a mile, but like the last 400 yards, they were in open fields, and so they're taking fire from Marie's Heights, cannon up here on Marie's Heights, taking cannon from Howell Hill and Lee's Hill from a mile away. And the closest they ever got, closest the Union ever got to coming close to breaking through the Confederate lines was 50 yards. And they couldn't do it. It was too much. They were taking in too much fire. The Irish Brigade made its claim to fame here. I'm going up the hill to Marie's Heights just to get a good perspective. They lost half of their brigade in their attack. It was, I could only imagine how bloody it must have been. There were soldiers strewn across, and there's one of the legends is a Confederate soldier just couldn't stand seeing so much suffering that filled up canteens and went out to help the wounded, and there was no truce, and Union soldiers, knowing that they didn't that he was trying to comfort those who were in pain, didn't fire on them. Anyhow, that's the sort of stuff that I was like, holy smokes, what that really grabbed me about the Civil War. So I'm rambling. Here we go. I'm standing on Marie's Heights where the Confederate artillery position, advanced position was. And this is Fredericksburg. That's the town. It's down over there about a half a mile. You can see, I think that's the Episcopal Church, if I remember correctly, my history correctly. That was all open field, and so they were just shooting, like shooting fish in a barrel, or fishing fish in a barrel, blowing up fish in a barrel, whatever it was. And when you stand up here, that's my car. You're up here. And it's just, you have this incredible view, incredible firing. And I'm trying to see, over in that direction, there was more artillery. That's a cemetery. So, anyhow, okay.